Hello, Maxim here, and welcome to my international channel with Warframe tutorials, where I will try to cover all the topics related to Warframe, from the total basics all the way to the most complex mechanics and tactics. As a new player, you need to be familiar with the Orbiter itself, the main place you stay between your missions, change your gear, builds, and create new stuff. But as a very few first story missions give a pretty good tour here, we will jump straight to the different mission types. The basic two types are those that have regular end and those we can play as long as we want or can. Let's start with regular ones. Most missions in Warframe can be played with team, but I will show them in solo mode. First one is Exterminate. Objective is simple: kill as many enemies as needed. You can check the mission progress on the left side of the screen under minimap. When it's done, the rest of the enemies is no longer a threat and we can head to Extraction. Next mission is Capture. We need to target, shoot, and capture enemies VIP. Simple. But from time to time, that type of missions convert into Exterminate. Before leaving this location, we need to kill some amount of enemies. Another one is Mobile Defense. Our objective is to move datamass to pointed places and insert it into the terminals. Each terminal needs some time to be hacked. During that, we need to defend it from approaching enemies. All terminals must be defended if the mission type won't change before we finish. If it changes, kill all remaining enemies and head to the Extraction. Now let's talk about Sabotage. In Warframe we can find few types of them. On Earth we need to destroy Toxin Catalyzer and burn out Toxin supply in the mixer. In other kinds of Sabotage we need to destroy the whole galleon. In order to do that, we need to destroy coolants to have the reactor to go into stasis. Now we choose how we want to finish it. We can freeze it totally or melt it down. Both ways destroy it completely. Sometimes we need to hack a console to get to the Extraction. But we can find more kinds of Sabotage. One of them requires us to destroy mining equipment, other one to hack two consoles, go through the portal, kill minibus and destroy the portal. During most of Sabotage we will be able to find special caches located somewhere on the map with extra rewards. They look like this and generate specific sound to ease locating them. Okay, enough of that Sabotage. From time to time our allies get captured by enemies. On rescue missions we can set them free from prisons. Alarming guards will trigger countdown. Hostage will die when it reaches 0. We can kill those guards or just avoid them. Sometimes Tenno have to steal some data from enemies. We can do that on spy missions. Under minimap we can see how many rooms we need to hack. Maximum 3. Each room is a small riddle that we can pass in few different ways. But watch out! If you step into camera range or touch green lasers, the alarm will turn on and start data purging. From this moment, you will have only short amount of time to complete the room before data is deleted. Triggered alarms does not inflict the rewards. Sometimes we will also have to fight some powerful enemies on assassination missions. Most of them has their own rules. Many of them can be defeated in a very specific ways. Usually, it's not enough to just shoot in random point to kill them. Well, this rule does not apply to him. We can also visit locations where we can sabotage enemies in some different ways. Hijack is a good example of that. Depending on the faction, we'll have to hijack Formorion core or rover. Both missions are very similar. We need to find an important object and steal it by powering it with our shields until we reach Extraction. Of course, enemies will try to stop us all the time. In navigation we can find missions called Crossfire. Two factions clash there, and we do not spare any of them. That's the only difference, because core of the missions is the same as you already know. It can be Exterminate, Spy or something else. To discover more planets, you have to visit Junction. Before that, we need to meet specific requirements. Each junction has its own. The final task will be defeating a Guardian. Then we can use console to unlock another sector in navigation. During our adventure we can find missions called Nightmares. Those are modified regular missions. For instance, we can fight without shields or in timed mode. For completing it, we will be rewarded with special mods. We can also find open locations on Earth, Venus and Deimos, called Plains of Eidolon, Orb Valleys and Cambion Drift, where missions are mostly modified variants of regular ones you already know. From time to time you will face more interesting and original ones, but I will explain them in some other time. Talking about variations, Alerts tab always contains only variations of missions, yet with better rewards. Check this tab regularly to never miss any interesting items. Here you can also find missions that are available once for some time, for instance Arbitration, game mode for more advanced players after completing Star Chart. Next ones in these sections are invasions and conflicts. The first one is about infestation outbreak in some sectors. We will get a reward after helping local residents 3 times in the same location. Conflicts are similar, but here we will have Grineer and Corpus fighting for territories. It's our choice which faction we join. Help them 3 times and you will be rewarded. At the bottom we can also see circles with Formorion and Razorback. I will explain them in a video about cyclical events. Another tab is about Syndicate missions if we cooperate with some. Next tab is for Void Fissures, and the last one is for sortie. All these 3 variants of missions you already know from playing on planets and moons, but with special modifications. All of them we can unlock during our journey in Warframe or after completing some story quests. We can manage them in Codex. Check what we need to do to unlock next ones or switch active ones, if we have started few of them. Now let's talk about endless missions. First one is defense. After we enter the map, we need to find and protect artifact from approaching enemies. With each wave, we face bigger and stronger squads. Living mission is available every 5 waves. Endless missions got their own reward system. Each 5 waves is 1 rotation. Different rotations, different rewards in a reward pool. Rotations will loop infinitely and start with A after 5 waves. Next one is also A after 10 waves. Going further, we have rotation B after 15 and rotation C is after 20. And all of them repeating over and over again. After C we get twice A, then B and C, and again and again. Sometimes we will face an exception from that rule, but more about that a little bit later. Every 5 waves we can live and keep our rewards. If you are interested in the rewards which you can get on a specific wave each endless mission you play, check warframe.fandom.com. I would highly recommend it to use this website from time to time. It contains tons of interesting information. There's also a unique variant of defense called mirror defense. There you have to defend 2 points, each 2.5 minutes, and then you switch location on the second one. Both points defended give 1 rotation. You can heal the defense objective by collecting special objects that float in the air nearby. Another endless mission is survival. This mission right here is also a dark sector. In this location you will always face infestation, and the whole mission have special modifications. For instance, here is 35% higher resource drop chance, more affinity from all kills and also from melee kills. It's a good place for farming resources. Going back to the survival. Our mission is to keep oxygen level above 0. It will be decreasing all the time. We can increase it by collecting personal life supports dropped by fallen enemies or activating life support capsule. Each personal ones add 5% and the capsule adds 30%. But remember, you can't collect more than 100%. If you have full oxygen and you pick or activate more, the excess will go to waste. Don't activate capsules too early. Rotations are the same like on defense. The only difference is that you have minutes, not waves. So 1 reward every 5 minutes, rotations in the same order. AABC, AABC and so on. Survival also has a unique variant. It is called Conjunction Survival. The only difference is that each 5 minutes a group of special enemies will spawn, which, until they die, will increase the oxygen consumption. Next one is Interception. We need to intercept our enemies' messages by taking their towers and keeping them in our hands long enough to decode them. Each tower can be in 3 states: taken by enemy, by us, and neutralized. When it's taken, the progress of the occupying side is increasing. Neutralized state generate no gain. To win round, we need to reach 100%, otherwise we lose whole mission. Enemies will try to capture towers at all times. If they succeed, we've got to take the towers back. I can recommend a good tactic here. Play with a full squad, so that each point can be occupied by one player. Rewards same as before. Each round, one rotation, AABC and so on. Now it's time for excavation. Old artifacts are hidden deep under the surface. We can get them by protecting digging towers. Each tower needs to be powered up with batteries carried by special enemies. Kill them and bring energy source to excavator until you see the maximum power. Each battery adds 20%. Batteries can be still used on towers to refill shields. Reward every completed excavator. You can go to the extraction after first completed. Next mission is Disruption. We need to insert a special key into a color-fitting conduit. They will be dropping randomly from killed enemies. Each point needs to be protected from a special enemy unit that will try to destroy it. Listen for the characteristic beeping. That's the sign he is coming. There will be also a waypoint showing the way he is coming. About rewards. This mission is different. All depends on which round you are playing at the moment and how many conduits you have already defended. If you lose all of them, the mission fails. Here you can see how and when you can obtain a specific rotation. After 4th round, it's always the same. Now we have the Defection. We need to defend Green fugitives from Infestation. Each crew moves from point to point until they reach the extraction point. We can activate the team using console, or they will start without our help after some time. When you decide to move, give them a sign. If one of them takes too much damage, you need to heal them, otherwise will change into infested monster. If we lose 10 of crew members like that, the mission will fail. Each point can heal them. Every 2 secured teams we have 1 rotation. After saving 2 of them, 3rd will spawn on point B, and after saving 2 from there, we will be able to escort 2 teams at the same time. 1 from B and 1 from C. We can extract in any moment after saving 2 teams. At the later stages of the game, after you completed some story quests and visited a few planets, you will find whole planet taken by Infestation. There will be mission called Hive. You need to destroy 3 infested hives. Each hive is protected by 5 tumors. Destroy them and you will be able to destroy Hive. Look for yellow points on minimap. On this planet we can also find a unique endless mission, Infested Salvage. During it we have to encode shipping manifest to get reward. To do that we need to fill vaporizers with anti-serum that drop from killed enemies. We can carry 3 of them at once. Vaporizers also need 3 to be fully loaded. Each point has to be loaded again from time to time. Rotations with reward as usual. During mission you will also lose armor integrity. You can restore it in special point using 1 anti-serum. Last endless mission is Sanctuary Onslaught and its elite mode. Each round here is a test where we have to kill generated enemies to keep the stress test meter above 0. 1 round is 2.5 minutes, reward every 2 rounds. Each round you will see portal that will move you to next location. If you want to finish the test and keep your rewards, just don't go through the portal or make stress test meter drop down to 0. Regular and elite onslaught have different rewards. To check what you can get, go visit the Warframe wiki website. Few words about arenas. These are places where winning means killing 25 special enemies. Sounds easy, but it's not always that way. Similar mode is Conclave, but we are fighting real players. We have 4 modes here. Annihilation, each player is an enemy. Team Annihilation, clash of 2 teams. Cephalon Capture, typical capture the flag mode. And Lunaro, team game where you need to catch ball with a special claw and throw it into the opponent's goal. Sometimes you will face some totally unique mission modes, but often they are strongly related to the story missions. But the good thing is that those missions explain those modes pretty well. And that's all in this video. If you have any further questions, the comment section is yours, or you can ask me personally on one of my streams on Twitch. Link is in the description. See you next time, bye.